Hey guys, everyone's day is going well. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Thesis YoYos Aventus. Without any further ado, let's jump right in. By the way, real quick, make sure to watch to the end because I have a bunch of giveaways for you guys. As usual, first things first, I want to thank Thesis YoYos for sending me this yo-yo. It was super generous of them, and I'll have all of their links and contact information in the description down below, along with a link to purchase this very yo-yo. So, what is the Aventus all about? We're going to start off by looking at the specs, and afterwards I'll analyze the design and look of the yo-yo. Okay, so first off, the Aventus isn't really too unusual in any dimension. The diameter coming in at 56 millimeters is pretty standard. Width at 46 millimeters is a little bit on the wide side, but in general, yo-yos in this day and age are getting wider and wider, so that's becoming more standard. The weight coming in at 65 grams, I would say is pretty standard, maybe a little bit on the heavy side, but in general, not too crazy. And then this is made of 6061 aluminum with some stainless steel rims and goes for $100. So we established that the specs of this yo-yo aren't too crazy, but let's take a look at the design. First off, I'm a big fan of how this yo-yo looks, especially with this really cool polished colorway. It's kind of like a rose gold and orangey colorway. It's very, very subtle and slight, but if you see it in the right light, you can kind of see it's got that pink rose gold like color. In general, this yo-yo looks super clean. It's got all of these really cool cuts around it, and it's definitely super noticeable while you're playing with it. So in terms of the actual shape and design, we've started off with some kind of pointed rims right there that are bimetal, as I mentioned before. From there, we've got a ton and a ton of cuts that lead down to some very low walls. The gap width of this yo-yo is exceptional. It's very, very wide. You can see there's a ton of room there to catch the yo-yo on the string. And in general, I'm a big fan of this kind of profile. I've seen this type of profile many times before, and it's known to be tried and true and great for competition. So I'll talk a little bit more about how this yo-yo plays in the play section of the video. Moving on over to the cup, we've got a couple features here. So you can see that the rim itself, the bimetal rim, is pretty darn thick. From there, we just have a bunch of cuts that lead down to a flat center. In general, this cup design is definitely very flashy. You can really notice it from across a room. And I think that the weight distribution in general and design of the yo-yo really fits the kind of theme and idea of this yo-yo. Okay, so now that we discussed the design of the Aventus, how does it actually play on the string? I found the Aventus to be a very, very exceptional yo-yo. First of all, I found that the stability of this yo-yo was exceptional. I know that's something that they've really been focusing on, getting that stability up and getting those longer spin times, and I had absolutely no problem busting through some of my combos with this yo-yo. The stainless steel rims really do contribute to very solid play, and you're gonna find that it's a lot easier actually to hit your tricks because the gap width is so wide. I'm a big fan of shapes like this that open up the gap so much, and it just makes it so much easier to land any more, difficult, complex hop tricks or things like that. I'd say in terms of weight, whether this is more of a floaty yo-yo or more of a kind of heavy, solid feeling yo-yo, I would really put it right in the middle, just like its weight actually is. I wouldn't say that this is gonna be your most floaty yo-yo in the world. And so when you wanna do fast tricks, I would say it definitely holds its momentum. It powers up the speed very nicely. It wasn't too difficult to get it to going top speed. And I'd say it also is a maneuverable yo-yo. However, it's important to keep in mind that this doesn't feel like a very, very light yo-yo. It feels like more of a solid yo-yo. So it's a very interesting design. I think they did a great job with the feel of this yo-yo. But just know it's not too far really on the floaty or heavy side of the spectrum. As I hinted at before, whip and hop tricks are very easy with this yo-yo. It's got such a large area to catch the string, so those tricks are made very easy. I would say tech tricks are also great with this yo-yo. I found that since it had such a long spin time, it was very easy to hit some of those more complex and lengthy tech tricks, and I was in general very surprised with that. The yo-yo isn't too big in any really one dimension, so you can get pretty intricate with your tricks. I would say the one area that I didn't absolutely love about this yo-yo was just the response system. I'm not sure if it's the string that I'm using OT normal string, but I found that some of my binds were a little bit slippy and weren't really hitting. Maybe I just need to replace those response pads, but that's just a factor that I wanted to know. I also wanted to point out that this yo-yo definitely has a good fun feel about it. The movement of the yo-yo and just the general feel is extremely satisfying, and I was very impressed with just how kind of fun and refreshing it feels to play with. It's not your stale, boring competition yo-yo. I found myself really enjoying the play. In terms of horizontal, this yo-yo is definitely amazing for that. It's got some really low walls which contribute to the overall horizontal play, and as I mentioned before, it's got a ton of stability and a ton of rim weight that keep the yo-yo going through the more complex horizontal tricks. Okay, so in conclusion, the Aventus is just a very solid all-around yo-yo. I wouldn't say it's very extreme in any dimension or type of play. It's just pretty good at just about everything. It's got a really nice solid feel, so it can power through your longer tricks. It definitely can get up to speed, but I wouldn't say it's the lightest yo-yo in the world. It's got a very wide gap width, which makes it a lot easier to land the yo-yo on the string for whips and hops. And in general, it's just a good feeling yo-yo. I want to thank Thesis yo-yos once again for sending me this yo-yo. I'm super happy to have it in my collection, and I'm excited to see what they put out next. Alright, so what you guys have all been waiting for the giveaway time. I've got a ton of things to give away. I'm super stoked about it, so let's jump right in. First things first, Thesis did send me another Aventus. As you can see here, it's this really cool design with the silver body and gold rims. I think looks beautiful. So this year will be given away along with 2 Thesis hats. These hats are actually amazing quality. I was super impressed with them. So we will be choosing one winner to win the 2 hats and the Aventus yo-yo. I also will be giving away a ton of strings. I thought with the holidays, it's a season of giving, I might as well give away a ton of strings that I'm not using. So this huge bundle of strings will be given to one other lucky winner. And then finally, I have some accessories that I'd love to give away and have someone else use. It includes a yo-yo case, a couple of holsters, and some Thesis slap bracelets. So in general, there's gonna be 3 winners here. Once again, 1 for the Thesis gear, 1 for the strings, and 1 for the accessories. So how do you enter the giveaway? It's very, very simple. There's just 2 platforms you need to follow 2 people on. First, make sure to subscribe to my channel along with Thesis Yo's channel, which will be linked in the description down below. Additionally, make sure to follow me on Instagram and also Thesis Yo's on Instagram. Once you've done those 2 simple steps, comment below your Instagram handle. That way I can look you up on Instagram and make sure you follow both the accounts. So once again, follow both myself and Thesis on YouTube and follow both of us on Instagram. Real quick, unfortunately, this is going to be a US only giveaway. I'm really sorry, but the international shipping fees are so high and it's very difficult to ship internationally right now. But I'll have a bunch of other opportunities coming out later for my international viewers. It's also worth noting that in my future video where I announce the giveaway winners, I will be removing duplicates from the comment section. So commenting more than once doesn't really increase your chances. It'll just be completely random when you comment your Instagram handle down below. But best of luck to everyone. Okay, thank you guys all so much for watching my video. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like. Also, if you guys are new here and haven't seen my videos before, hit that subscribe button so you can see whenever I post a new video. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day and happy holidays. Peace.